Hello everyone, this is Saurabh and most welcome you all on my YouTube channel Enjoy with Literature by SM. In this lecture today I will discuss the most important topic of linguistics, widening and narrowing. These are the terms, these are the most important terms in linguistics from which questions have been asked several times in NET, GATE or other competitive exams. So, at first we will discuss widening and after that we will discuss narrowing. When we come to widening, that what is widening? Especially widening or in a widening, the range of a meaning of a word extended or we can say increases. Commonly, a widening is known as broadening, generalization, expansion. When we come to the term widening, widening is also known as generalization, expansion, broadening. When we come to the point widening, that what is widening? Widening is used to increase its range, to extend its form. In widening, we discuss here when we take the definitions of widening, we can say in widening the range of meaning of word extended or increases. Okay, and this process increases so that we can say the words may use or can be used in more context. So this is the process. This process is known as generalization or broadening. Okay. So let's we look at just some examples so that you may understand that about widening. When we come to the just look at the first example of widening, dog. When we come to dog, so dog in English dog first appeared as a specific, we can say specific or a kind of a species of powerful dogs. Yeah. So it is a specific dog, we can say. At the first time, dog was used as a specific dog, a kind of powerful dog, But when the meaning of dog extended or widened, then now in modern time we can say the dog is used in a general sense. Means that now dog is used for all kind. Now dog is used for all kind of dogs. Now right now there is no any specifications in dogs, but before it dog was used as a powerful species, or we can say a special kind of dog which is more powerful. When we come to another example of widening, just you can say celery. I hope you know pretty well celery. Celery is a, in Latin, celery originates, where came from celery. Celery, I mean, in originates from a Latin word, celerium. Celerium. When it was a time of the mid we can say medieval English period, near 1600 or 40 to 1600. In that time, celery, what do we call it now? Celery. Celery was used as a celerium, and celerium was allotment. Soldier. Celerium. What was celerium? Celerium was a soldiers' allotment of salt. Salt is also a Latin. Came from the salt. Also came from a Latin word, sol, which means wages. Yeah. So celery, before it was using as a allotment of the salt for the soldiers, but now, and after that it was that that salt was like a wages for the soldiers, but now celery is used as a pay, or as a we can say as a pay towards the government. Or celery can, now it can, we can say that now celery is used as a pay. Yeah. So next, look at the another example of widening. We can just here take a cupboard. Cupboard. When we come to the cupboard, in Middle English time, cupboard means, do you know, cupboard in middle period, cupboard means a table. Yeah. Now we just wardrobe we can say here, but in Middle English period, cupboard means a kind of we can say a table upon which we can say other ways cup and other vessels are placed. Yeah. When we take the example of cupboard, in Middle English, in Middle time, in Middle English period, cupboard was used as a table upon which a cup and other vessels are placed. Okay, but these meanings, or the meanings of the cupboard broadened, widened, and we can say that if you look at that cupboard in America, what do say? In America, what does the mean of cupboard in America? In America, cupboard means a small storage cabinet. A small storage cabinet. If you look at the in medieval time, in medieval period, in 14 to 1600 time period, the cupboard was used as a table upon which cup and other vessels are placed. But when now we came, if we talk about now, or in we can say in America, this cupboard means a small storage cabinet. While if we talk about Canada, so in Canada, especially cupboard means wardrobe, or we can say cloth closet. And others, if we talk about in Spanish, we can say in Spanish, this cupboard means armario, where, or we can say weapons of armario, where weapons are placed. means weapons or placed. So in Spanish, cupboard was used for keeping the weapons. This was like almirah, but it was used to keep only weapons. So cupboard has so broad meaning, so widened meaning. In America is something more. In America, we can say small storage cabinet. In Canada, wardrobe or cloth closet. In Spanish, almario was used for keeping the weapons. Okay, okay. So just look at the another example of widening. So the another example of widening is store. Store. Store is a Spanish word. Store is a Spanish word. Spanish word, and it means to stand, or we can say to fix. Store in Spanish, it was used for location purpose, but when we come to Old English, right now, store means to stand. In store Old English, in Latin, store means to stand. In Spanish, store was used, store means to be, or it was used for locations, for the purpose of locations. Next, we take the example, another example of like Pajero. This is the another example of widening. Pajero. Pajero was a, especially it is a Spanish word. Pajero, it is a Spanish word. And it means bird. If we come to its Latin, Pajero comes from if a Latin word passers, which means sparrow. Okay, so these are the widened terms of we can say these meanings. Its meaning what widened. So in widening, or in the process of widening, the range of the meaning of a word widen or extend or increases. So just we look at the last example of widening, and which is Raha, and it is Raha. What does Raha mean? Raha means money. Raha means money in Spanish. Before it, Raha was used as a for or exchanging of the fur of pelt. Means Raha was used as the exchanging of the skins of animal. But right now, it has only and only one meaning. Before it, Raha was used as a exchanging of skin or pelt of animal. But now this Raha has only and only one meaning, which is money. Okay. So next topic was narrowing and widening. I hope widening you will have understand well. Next we come to narrowing. So narrowing, when we talk about narrowing means in narrowing the meaning of a word shortened. The meaning of a word shortened. Narrowing is just opposite of widening or broadening. When we come to discuss narrowing means, as we have discussed here, that in broadening the range of a meaning of a word is increased. In same way, in narrowing the range of a meaning of a word decreased, so that it may use in a fewer context. Just look at some examples of narrowing, you will understand everything. When we come to the example of, just look at the first example of narrowing, meat. Meat was used as a food when in 16th century. And this food, meat was used as a food in 16th century, and it was found in the translation of Bible by King James I in 1611. I mean, this Bible was translated into Latin. Yeah, first translation Latin by King James I in 1611, because King James I was enthroned to the King of the England on 24 March 1603, and he just translated the Bible in 1611. Okay, so according, James first described in Bible the meat as a food, but when it narrowed its form, now food is used as flesh of meat, okay. Just look at the another example. We can take the example of hund. When we come to hund, at that time, hund was used as the hunting dog that follows its prey by scent. Hund was used as a hunting dog that follows its prey by scent. Okay, but now it's narrowed. When we come to the narrowing of this word, this hund, the hund came from the old English hund, okay, which means dog. Okay, just look at the another example of narrowing, which is deer. The word deer narrowed its sense by deer, which means animal. So in narrowing, we just narrow the form of a word. We can say in a fewer context. Okay, just look at the another. We take the some. Few examples of narrowing. In another example, just I am taking. We can say fall. So fall means bird. Before it, in we can say medieval period, in Old English period, fowl means bird, and this fowl was used for those birds that was edible. Yeah, fowl I means bird. It was used for edible or domestic. Domestic, and this fowl came from, I mean, we can say it's narrowed from Old English fugal, fugal, which means bird. And if we talk about the, I mean, German in German, Vogel means bird. So fowl was used as a, I mean, it means it was used as a bird, and it means edible or domestic bird. Why? I mean, and it was the narrowed form of fugal. This is a Old English word. Old English word. Okay. Next, we'll look at the last example of narrowing, and that is girl. Girl. When we come to discuss the girl, in Old English, or we can say in medieval time, girl was used. Girl meant child or young person. In Middle time, yeah, in Middle English period, this girl, a girl was meant that child or young person. For, I mean, girl, a girl who is in your, who is age in, I mean, 17, 18, 19, 20. For those girls, we had another term. We had another term, that is female child. Female child. And female child means female child, which means young girl. So it was all about the broadening and narrowing. In broadening, we increase the meaning of we increase the meaning of a word, while in narrowing, we decrease the meaning of a word in a fewer context. In broadening, we increase the meaning of a word in more context. So it was all about the widening and narrowing. I hope this video will be very helpful for you all. If you understand this video, please do subscribe and share this video. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.